Construction is about control. Control over water, energy, and vast amounts of untapped minerals, resources that China is already eyeing. Among the ongoing projects, one stands out as the largest of its kind in all of Asia. And if that sounds massive, wait until you hear how China is quietly expanding a $60 billion megacorridor into Afghanistan. Let's start by looking 400 kilometers north with the monumental Ko-Shipa Canal project, the largest man-made canal in the desert. This is no ordinary project. The canal, 115 meters wide, dwarfs California's famous aqueduct. Here's why it's so significant. It will redirect 20% of the Amu Darya River's water to irrigate northern Afghanistan's desert plains. When completed, it will irrigate 550,000 hectares of farmland, larger than Delaware. This could increase Afghanistan's arable land by a third and potentially make the country fully self-sufficient in food. Currently, 6,000 workers are operating heavy machinery around the clock to carve out this massive channel through one of the world's most difficult terrains. The estimated cost? $684 million, with an additional $100 million from the Taliban, showing their serious commitment to transforming the country's economy. However, this ambitious plan has sparked concern from neighboring countries like Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan, which rely on the same river for irrigation. Afghanistan is essentially saying, we're taking our share, like it or not. The Taliban isn't just focused on internal projects. They're building infrastructure that gives them leverage over neighboring countries, and water is their strongest bargaining chip. In addition to the Ko-Shipa Canal, the Taliban is building several dams. They recently broke ground on the Bakhshabad Dam, despite having diplomatic tensions with Iran over water rights. The message is clear. Afghanistan controls the water, and they'll build whatever they want. These dams serve multiple purposes, generating hydroelectric power, providing irrigation for agriculture, and strengthening Afghanistan's bargaining power with neighboring countries that depend on these water sources. Surprisingly, the Taliban has been effective at reducing corruption in these projects. Unlike the previous US-backed government, which was notorious for siphoning off billions in aid, the Taliban seems to be completing projects efficiently and with far less corruption. Reports suggest they've dramatically improved the management of infrastructure, allowing them to use resources more effectively. The Taliban's transformation isn't limited to just electricity, canals, and dams. They're also working to revamp the capital, Kabul, with a massive new development project called Kabul New City. This project isn't just about adding buildings. It's a total reimagination of Afghanistan's future. Spanning 722 square kilometers, almost 1.5 times the size of present-day Kabul. This new urban center will include 250,000 residential units, potentially housing between 1.1 and 3 million people. The first phase includes the Golden City, which will have 42,000 units for 23,000 people. Construction on Parcel B, which started in August 2023, will add 6,600 units for 40,000 residents. By late 2024, another phase, with a $700 million investment, will create 52,000 units for 33,000 people. This project is expected to unfold over 30 years and will feature commercial, agricultural, and recreational areas. The Taliban is also keenly aware of Afghanistan's strategic location, sitting right in the middle of some of the world's most crucial trade routes. They're building infrastructure to capitalize on this position. One of the most important initiatives is the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPC, expansion. In May 2025, China, Pakistan, and the Taliban signed a trilateral agreement to extend this $60 billion corridor into Afghanistan. This link will connect China's Xinjiang province to Pakistan and give China access to Central Asian markets and Afghanistan's mineral resources. Then there's the Trans-Afghan Railway Project, a $4.8 billion, 573 kilometers railway connecting Uzbekistan to Pakistan through Afghanistan, cutting travel time from 35 days to just 4. Construction begins in 2025 and will involve building more than 300 bridges and 5 major tunnels through challenging terrain. Meanwhile, the CF Herat Railway, which links Afghanistan to Iran, began operations in 2023, boosting Afghanistan's access to Iranian ports and global shipping networks. The Taliban is making it clear, while the world may not officially recognize their government, they cannot ignore Afghanistan's geographical position. And now, with the Taliban back in power, they're not just exploiting their location. They're tapping into Afghanistan's hidden wealth of natural resources. Trillions of dollars worth of untapped minerals, like lithium for electric car batteries, copper for electronics, and rare earth elements for smartphones, are buried beneath their soil. The Taliban is already accelerating efforts to extract these resources. Take the copper mine, for example. China has held mining rights there for 15 years, and in July 2024, they finally began operations with the Taliban providing the security that previous governments couldn't guarantee. The Taliban is also aggressively taxing mining operations, reportedly collecting $1.54 billion in 2022, much of it from the mining and reconstruction sectors. Mining revenues are being reinvested into infrastructure projects, creating a self-sustaining cycle. Mineral wealth funds roads and tunnels, making it easier to extract more resources, generating more revenue for more projects. One of those projects is the renovation of the dangerous Salong Tunnel, which connects northern and southern Afghanistan. Built by the Soviets in 1964, this tunnel has become infamous for its safety hazards, with an average of 40 deaths each year. But it's also a lifeline, handling up to 9,000 vehicles daily. The Taliban is using funds from mining to improve this critical piece of infrastructure. In addition, the Taliban is moving forward with the Tapi pipeline, a $10 billion project designed to transport 33 billion cubic meters of natural gas annually from Turkmenistan through Afghanistan to Pakistan and India. The pipeline runs through some of Afghanistan's most volatile regions, but if completed, it could generate nearly $1 billion annually for Afghanistan while creating thousands of jobs. Remarkably, construction restarted in September 2024, picking up where it left off 25 years ago when the Taliban initially negotiated the project before September 11th derailed it. And there's another major cross-border project, CASA 1000, a $1.2 billion electricity transmission project designed to bring hydroelectric power from Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan through Afghanistan to Pakistan. The project will transmit 300 megawatts of electricity, enough to power 1 million homes. Afghanistan will receive 300 megawatts for its own use, while 1,000 megawatts will continue south to Pakistan. The World Bank even approved resuming this project in 2024, despite not officially recognizing the Taliban government. This special arrangement ensures the Taliban doesn't directly control the financial flow, but still benefits from the economic impact. With Afghanistan's strategic location, untapped mineral wealth, and a growing infrastructure network, the Taliban is positioning themselves as a regional power in ways that could reshape the future of Central Asia. Their rapid developments are drawing attention from across the globe, and for the first time in decades, Afghanistan is beginning to harness its true potential.